r/AskMen. Blitz Formation says, those who underperformed in school/university, where are you now in life? Title. Stierman4 says, went back to school, did well, applied to medical school. Never too late. Moses603 says, how old were you when you started medical school? Orthopod says, 29 head. I actually was on academic probation at a fairly prestigious university. I never studied until the day or two before exams, flunked out, had an epiphany about WTF was I doing with my life, and made Dean's List when I got back my senior year and graduated with a 2.3. Applied to medical school and didn't get into X. Worked on Human Genome Project, and my mentor told me go to grad school for a year, get good grades, and reapply. Did that and got in on the wait list at age 29, graduated near top of my class, got into one of the most competitive specialties, orthopedics. Did a fellowship, and became a professor at a top 5 hospital in the US. Wound up doing all the crazy complex cases or mistakes that other surgeons couldn't do. It's the equivalent of being cut from your high school baseball team, yet somehow managing to play in a starting position for the Yankees. Weird Hovercraft 6882 says, I'm the dean of an academic department. Nata Rocket says, I had a professor in university who flunked out of undergrad 3 times, and it took him 9 years to finish. Nicotine_junkie_1995 says, damn, that's crazy. And he ended up as a professor. Specialist_program 94 says, I have a mediocre job in the tech industry. I make decent money, and so does my wife. We don't worry about money. Not having kids definitely helps. The Cottered says, you're a dink. Dual income, no kids. Welcome to the club. Casually Cantankerous says, I'm a dinkward. Dual income, no kids, with a dog. Life is simple. Initial Attorney 578 says, struggling, alone, poor. Homeless European says, not in a good place once again. It's always either top or rock bottom. Up and down, rinse and repeat. Haloon77 says, name checks out. Gore Dog says, Union Factory gig making 50k a year. It's not bad, I work 4 days a week and make decent money. Get good benefits. That said, I'm an odd former gifted and talented burnout, so I'm pretty comfy. I wish I could earn more, but not having the pressure I used to is nice. Mabs says, 4 days a week is worth a lot more than it sounds. Mountain_man_Jumbo says, was never great in school. After junior year, coach said you have the capability of going D1 if you can develop your offensive a bit more. So barely tried academically senior year. Offensive didn't develop. Only got D3 offers to shitty schools. Said no and went to a basic giant public university. Struggled studying computer science. Switched to it, School of Business. They got me internships in the field starting junior year. A few tough years during Great Recession, but in my late 20s I picked a niche and started getting certifications and a master's, mostly paid for by employer. Lots of hours outside work studying. Now late 30s, $200k salary as a net architect. Still feel like I'm underqualified, but survived 18 months at this job. r/AskMen. Asasuogisl2 says, what is your experiences with women stalking you? Do966 says, I'm pretty sure my ex is reading this comment. Duke_silver_live says, the closet thing to this that ever happened to me was in high school. I was in my junior year. A girl I knew, Jennifer, kept telling there was a friend of hers named Joan that really liked me, but was too shy to come up to me. She would tell me things like, "Joan really liked that shirt you wore yesterday. Joan saw you at your locker. She's probably going to drop a note in it." This went on for weeks. And at the time there was this really weird trend of girls getting the name of their boyfriend on a dog tag and wear a dog collar with tag around their neck. I roll. Teenagers. Anyway, Jennifer came up to me to tell me Joan had a dog tag with my name on it. But in all these many weeks, I never saw the girl. I couldn't place her. It was kind of creepy, I have to admit. I even looked in the prior year's yearbook for her photo. Nothing. She was a move-in. Now I was starting to think Jennifer might be secretly crushing, and there is no Joan. Maybe? We broke for Christmas break and got back after New Year's. At the beginning of first period the principal came on to give announcements, which was really weird. Announcements were usually done at the beginning of second period and was done by students. It was typical, "Welcome back. Hope everyone had a great Christmas break and is ready to take on the second semester" type rhetoric. Then he said, "We do have some bad news for you. One of your classmates has passed away over the break." Then he mentioned the first name Joan. I couldn't help but wonder if it was the same. I mean, not many girls named Joan in the 90s. I came out of first period and ran into Jennifer, who was crying. So, Joan was real after all. Turns out, she sort of hung with the druggy crowd. She heard that huffing free and was a way one can get high. The narrative I hit, her parents got home, and she was not home. They looked everywhere for her, and even called the police. The police found her. She was on the side of the house by the account compressor unit. Evidently, she put a trash bag over her head, so that way, when she released the freon from the service port of the account unit, it captures it in the bag. She must have passed out with her head in the trash bag and asphyxiated. Pretty sad story, but it's hard to feel any kind of grief for someone who I had never seen. Rat Don't Panic says, "It was annoying. Then I woke up and realized it never really happened. Lol, that's the advantage of being an average man. You can occasionally find love, but no one is so batshit about you that they behead your rabbit because you left her." Jack Keg says, "Not up close, but she told me she was checking out Google Street View for my city to locate me. This was after not talking with her for one single day." Theft Captain says, "Hung out with her maybe 5 times. She seemed cool, but she'd be drinking and be fine, and then just one more sip, and just turned into an absolute confused nut job. Cut all contact, because I knew it was going to be drama. Kinda determined she was mixing pharmaceuticals and booze. But she'd show up to bars she found out I'd frequent, and constantly go to them, and was texting me pics of her there, and shit, and asking everyone there if they knew me. A lot of patrons of the bars and bar staff had my number, and I'd get constant calls/texts telling me, 'Hey, this sloppy blonde biatch is up here asking about you.' This went on for almost 3 months. A few of the bars banned her because she'd make people/staff so uncomfortable. One of the times she was at one of the bars asking everyone, the bartender called me and warned me while I was on my way there, so I told her to tell the biatch I was at a bar 45 minutes away. She left that bar within 5 minutes, and like hour and a half later was texting me pictures of her at that bar saying, 'I heard you were up here. Are you still here?' Then one day it just all stopped, so I don't know if she got the picture, found some new dude to stalk or what, but I'm just glad I never invited her to my house and only gave her a ballpark general area of where I lived." r/AskMen. Thelafia for Millennial says, "Men over 30, in what ways did your life turn out how you imagined it would? In what ways did it not?" But Donald Shapamil says, "A way bigger paycheck and a lot less to show for it." Prekar says, how I hoped it'd turn out. I'm happy. I've got lots of friends and family around, and I've got the free time and money to indulge in things like traveling, things that I never expected, falling into a boring 9 to 5 career instead of something creative, or exiting, having some dumb health issues, and being widowed in my late 30s. Pretentry 4727 says, pros: making way more money, in way better shape, living in Sokol in a dream house, health is great, cons: divorced and no one to share it with. Sad 6 Owl says, well, I'm still alive, which I didn't expect. Delicious _try _89 says, I grew up poor, and when I was 21 over 22 I was homeless. I'm 33 now, and make over 100k and drive a Range Rover. I thought I'd struggle forever, and I'm thankful for the life I've created for myself. That said, I was raised by a single mom who was the toxic end of each relationship she was in and always thought I'd be single forever. I've been the toxic one pushing everyone I love away, so that part was expected. Would I go back and do it again? No. But do I wish I made changes earlier in life? Yes. Uchblade 7777 says, I expected I would have a somewhat decent relationship and a tolerable job while watching my friends and family be in happier lives. For some reason, I was graced with a wife with whom I'm exceptionally happy with and great kids that I stay home and raise and take care of the house. I'm even going to be an author, which is something that I always dreamed of and never thought would happen. If my book sells decently at all, I can honestly say I have achieved everything I hoped for in my life. Bloodstatistic says, wanted to own my own business. I own one now, but I'm living in my car. Thlanfanin 814 says, I had always dreamed about having a wife, kids and a great job that I love. For a while I wasn't sure if it would happen for me. Now that I have all that, I still feel like something is missing. I just assumed I would be happier getting everything I dreamed of. I can't seem to figure out what, but it just doesn't seem right. I love my kids more than anything. My marriage is a bit rocky right now, so that could be a big factor. Sometimes I worry that we were both tired of being single and settled. Maybe we are not as compatible as I thought, or maybe I'm just not in love like I should be. Maybe it's all just more stressful than I expected, and it's wearing me down. Sometimes I just feel like I have a rumor I got pregnant. Our kids are super young, so maybe things will get better when they don't need round the clock attention. The _river_Nahil says, so I'm definitely keeping up with my vices, which I'd hoped to. I never wanted to settle down, sober up, follow the usual college marriage house kids script. I like to, in party lol. What I didn't expect is that I'd be financially successful. I found something that I'm actually good at and was able to land a career in it. And I'm married now. Open relationships are a real thing and they can work long term, with adorable pets, a beautiful garden, living in a good neighborhood that I occasionally terrorize with bootleg fireworks and drunken shenanigans. I thought I was compromising one thing for another, but as it all shakes out, I've had my cake and ate it too. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.